New tonight, we've uncovered new information about the man accused of killing a Raleigh teacher during a home invasion. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens.
And I'm Michelle McConaughey. This is video of Ryan Camacho in court today. He is charged with murder of the Ravenscroft teacher, Zoe Welsh. New information suggests a troubling history, with one person coming forward and saying they were harassed by Camacho.
We've also received new video that may shed more light on his actions. WR's Eric Miller has been following this closely and joins us in the studio with one man's encounter with the suspect. Eric?
Gerald, absolutely. We sat down with Wes Phillips. He says over the period of more than a year, the suspect in this case harassed him and his family, terrifying them, and their pleas for help went entirely unanswered. Tonight, Wes Phillips says this was one of the scariest moments. It was October 8th, 2016, the day Hurricane Matthew hit Raleigh. And the same day, Phillips says he looked outside his Mordecai home to see Ryan Camacho.
It was like a horror movie. Like, he was standing there in a black jacket staring at us in front of our house during a hurricane. Like, not talking, like making sure that we knew who he was.
Phillips had already moved his family once that year, he says, to get away from Camacho after dealing with property damage and disturbing behavior. Phillips called police and then jumped in his car, shooting this video. At one point, you can see Camacho trying to open the driver's side door.
I had locked the car, and he was pulling on the door, trying to get into the car.
Phillips says Camacho eventually disappeared, returning days later. Security video taken that day captures a man throwing a rock into the windshield of Phillips' car and then through the sunroof.
This wasn't some random thing.
Phillips moved his family again after that. 2 years later, Camacho returned to the Mordecai townhome, this time with a gun.
He shot into our building where he thought that, I can only assume, where he thought that we lived. And that's something that stays with us.
Court documents show Camacho did face charges in that case and did spend 2 years in prison. But Phillips says it wasn't enough. Victims like him were raising alarms, he says, and authorities could have and should have done more to keep Camacho behind bars.
And part of the reason I'm here is it makes me really angry. It makes me angry that it feels like there was a complete institutional just failure here that led to a woman being killed who touched so many lives.
And Phillips told me that he called police at least 3 times here. That never resulted in charges, he says. He also says he tried to get a no-contact order put in place with Camacho, but police couldn't find Camacho to actually serve him with that paperwork.
Wow. And Eric, there are still so many more questions surrounding this case. We're actually learning that prosecutors tried to have Camacho involuntarily committed as well.
Yeah, this happened back in December after some breaking and entering charges got dismissed because it was determined that Camacho wasn't fit to actually stand trial here. We know that a judge in this case ruled that, or rather denied prosecutors' request to have Camacho involuntarily committed. We're still asking a number of questions, including of that judge, trying to figure out exactly what went wrong here.
Yeah, and Eric, we're trying to ask that judge why as well.
Yeah, exactly, because there is a bar that needs to be met here. We've asked, you see the questions right there on your screen. We've asked this judge exactly what his reasoning was in this case, why the August 2025 case ended up getting dismissed. Again, we have not gotten those answers here tonight. We'll bring you that information as soon as we get it.
All right, Eric, thank you for that.
And according to court documents, Camacho's mother, Cynthia, spent years seeking and getting guardianship over her son because of his, quote, incompetency. Those filings go back to 2017. WR's Sarah Kruger knocked on her door and was told basically never to come back. Neighbors say that Camacho had been staying in the woods near Welsh's home. Governor Stein also responded to her death, saying in part, people need to be safe in their homes and their communities. I'll work with anyone who is committed to stopping crimes before they happen and holding violent criminals accountable. For more on Zoe Welsh's life and legacy and the impact she had here with her students at school, go to WRL.com and search Zoe Welsh.